BC family, welcome to your midweek devotion. So this week I was just sitting here thinking about how Thanksgiving is coming up. And although it's so much fun to have family and friends gathered around, that's also a time where things can be said that can be hurtful, where strife can enter into a home rather than peace. And this year, more than most, there's multiple opportunities and ways to be offended, to walk out of God's love, to allow strife and not peace. So I wanted to talk about that this holiday season. Joel Osteen mentioned that the word offense in scripture comes from a Greek word that means bait. It's referring to how they would catch an animal. They would lure it in with bait and then get it into a trap. So when someone says something to you that brings offense, we need to recognize that this is the enemy offering us bait. He is trying to deceive us and to get us into a trap. He's just waiting for us to get bitter, to get upset, to get offended. And that way we step off of the God-given path that we were on. So during holiday seasons, such as Thanksgiving, it is easy to get baited into conflicts, into arguments, moments where you feel you have to try and prove your point of view and that you're right. So we have to remember that we're not supposed to engage in every conflict. Joel Osteen also said, if the battle is not between you and your God-given destiny, you should ignore it. He brought up a good way to gauge this. Is it between me and my God-given destiny or not? He said, ask yourself, if I win this battle, how will it benefit me? What will it accomplish? If you yell at the car that cut you off, what did you gain from that? If you fight with family to prove why you should or shouldn't be vaccinated, or why you should or shouldn't wear a mask, or who should be in charge, or what state you should live in, or who should be the leader of that state, you have to ask yourself, what will this accomplish? Will this bring restoration in my family? Will this bring peace? Will this be love? I mean, it may feel good to the flesh in the moment, but it doesn't keep you on the path of your destiny. Instead, it lures you into a trap and takes you farther off the path that God has called you to. That's why it's bait. I've used this example before, but David is such a great man that did great things. And one of the reasons why is because he knew which battles to fight. So in the example that I've given, when David walked over to where Goliath was and the battle was going on, he ran into his brother Eliab. And Eliab saw David there and got angry. So this is what Eliab said to him. He said, David, what are you even doing here? And what have you done with those few sheep you're supposed to be taking care of? He was mad and he was trying to make David feel small, to belittle him, to make him feel useless. He was baiting him, right? But it says that David turned and walked away. He could have chosen to engage. He could have taken the bait. He could have chosen to argue with his brother, to get into strife, to prove why he should have been there and was supposed to be there. But if he had taken that bait, he could have wasted his time and been distracted. And he may have missed the opportunity to fight Goliath, right? So during this holiday week, we need to follow in the example of David and bite our tongues and walk away, right? Not take the bait. In Psalms 141, David prayed, Lord, take control of what I say. Help me keep my lips sealed. Now that is a strong and powerful prayer to pray. It's praying, God, help me to shut my mouth. Help me not to say hurtful things, to not be critical, to not argue. And I absolutely love this quote from Joel Osteen. He said, when God can trust you to walk away from the Eliabs, from the people who are disrespectful, from the people who tried to bait you into conflict, when you walk away from that, then he can trust you with the Goliaths. And I absolutely love that quote. When you can walk away from the bait, then you can walk into your destiny moments, right? Now, I know for some of us, you're thinking, well, you don't understand my family, you don't understand the friends, you don't understand the environment I'm in or what I have to deal with. But David also was the author of Psalms 23, and he wrote, God prepares the table for us in the presence of our enemies. So when you have an enemy or a family member or friend that is constantly baiting you, God has a table for you. You can go and argue with them, or you can sit at the table God prepared for you. When you choose to sit, you're saying, God, I trust you to fight this battle. I don't want to take the bait and get stuck in this trap. You are acknowledging that you are choosing peace over strife. And when you sit in peace at his table, he will take care of what is coming against you, right? And I love viewing it from that way, choosing peace. In Ephesians, it says that one of the pieces of armor is the shoes of peace. And I find it so intriguing that peace was shoes. First, it implies that everywhere we go, we're going to have to choose peace because it's on our feet. So everywhere that we go, peace has got to come with us. But most importantly to me, it implies that in order to maintain peace and keep peace, we have to be willing to walk away. That's why peace was shoes. We don't want to give in to the bait. We need to be willing to have those shoes of peace on and walk away or go sit ourselves at the table, right? You have the sword of the Spirit, you have the breastplate of righteousness, your helmet of salvation. But if you get offended, if you take the bait and dive into conflict, then all of these pieces are null and void. They're not effective. You need the shoes of peace. You need to be able to walk away from a fight in order to win the battle. Because once you walk away, then you can use all those other pieces of your armor to help guard you and stabilize you and keep you comforted when you're choosing to not engage, right? So this holiday season, protect your peace. So important this Thanksgiving season. Ask God to take control of what you say. It's a powerful prayer to keep your lips sealed. Asking God, protect what I say, take control of what I say, help keep my lips sealed when they shouldn't be open, to have wisdom in the words that I speak. When you put on your shoes of peace, when you choose to sit at the table that God has set before you, then God is going to take care of what's coming against you. And you will be walking towards your Goliaths. When you make that choice to put on those shoes of peace, to sit at the table, to walk away and not take the bait, then you're walking towards your destiny moments. So I want you to remember that and have a happy Thanksgiving. Have a great day. Bye.